we can bring them back to a place where they see food as medicine that will nourish them and heal them and the work that you're doing. So really, once you find that emotion, because Stacey, you have, use it in your content to keep speaking to that, to raise awareness, to build trust, and almost like convert them in a sense to understanding your principles, like understanding your process. Why should they believe in it? Why should they trust you over their fear? And that's a process, right? It takes time.
And I love that that transformation from viewing food as kind of the enemy to viewing food as medicine.
Yeah.
That's really, really cool. Okay. Yeah, awesome. Glad that helps. Oh yeah. So, hey Beth. So this is super interesting. So can you speak about a baby boomer purchasing mindset?
Yeah, this is really interesting because I think what a lot of people assume is that baby boomers and older generations don't want to purchase things online because it's not how they grew up. It's not how their purchasing decision was initially started. Like that wasn't their buying process. But the world is shifting and they're shifting with it more than you think. I don't have the stats off the top of my head, but there's a very large percentage of baby boomers that are making online purchases and that are really starting to see the value in the online space much more than we're giving credit for. However, I do think with the baby boomer purchasing mindset, what we've seen more and more is they are less impulse buyers and more long-term conversions. So if you're working with that demographic, you may be more so looking at that long-term plan I mentioned. How do you nurture them in an email sequence? How do you host a webinar and really starting to do things that kind of create this roadmap, this little journey you're going to take them on before they'll convert. And listen, it may seem easier if people are impulse buyers or emotional buyers because they may seem like they convert quicker. But once you have this process set up in your business, it's constantly going. So you're not going to be like, oh, I'm never going to get any sales until 3 months later after I've done all this work. It's continuously evolving. People are coming in, new people are coming in, they'll convert later. New people are coming in, they'll convert later, but it'll be a cycle once you actually have it going. But looking at more of a nurture campaign, nurture sequence, and retargeting. Once they've liked a freebie or done an opt-in, they're showing interest, but they're not ready to buy yet because they don't like putting their credit card on the internet. How do we keep nurturing them and retargeting them so that they are ready? It's like a non-negotiable. They can't say no because they need it so bad.
Great, really great question.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, okay. So Jean doesn't have any sites.
It has a few mentions there.
But
Facebook groups. Good.
Okay, so she could do that. Awesome. Okay. Hey, Delia. So companies do this type of research. I worked in a bank in their marketing research department doing research on consumer behavior. Okay. Oh, this is right up your alley then, right?
Yeah, we get along. Yeah,
so
massive companies do that. And I'm trying to encourage us as small entrepreneurs, as maybe solopreneurs or small business owners to do it too, because it's just as helpful for us.
It's just so powerful. So we should be doing it too. Absolutely. Okay. So what if a person or ethnicity group has the belief that their chronic illness or problem is genetic and therefore unwilling to change their eating habits? Interesting.
So I think there's a few things with that. One piece is really like, okay, is that the target market then? Like if you're targeting an ethnicity group that their whole culture, their whole belief system is built around not believing this, you're in an uphill battle, which is fine. If that's what you want to tackle, that's okay. But first of all, it's looking at, is that the right market? Is that needed there? Is that like, are you seeing some people trickle over and getting positive results? Or is it like you're just trying to change a whole trajectory? Because that's an uphill battle. However, if that's the route you want to take, if maybe you're in that ethnic group and you saw it worked for you, even though it went against your beliefs, and you want to help others do the same, really looking at sharing stories. You need social proof. And not just your own, like more. And so it's really hard to change people's beliefs. It's more so when we look at consumer psychology, what are their beliefs and meeting them at their belief. So you would have to do a lot of work around deconstructing and kind of unlearning some things that may be incorrect or are no longer scientifically accurate, and reaffirming for them what our research shows us or what we know to be true because of X, Y, and Z, or the proof we've seen, and like really show that through case studies. So it's an uphill battle. It's a lot of work. That's a tough one to really break through. But if you're really passionate about it, it's a lot of helping people deconstruct and unlearn, and it's one stepping stone at a time. I hope that helps you. It's hard.
I think that's a really great answer, Christina. Absolutely. So my question to Delia would be, do you have, potential, do you have a backup plan, right? Because this is going to take a while. It's like swimming upstream, right?
Yeah.
So, and one of the things that I talk about in my work with clients is really the definition of an ideal client, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe a different way, like a profitable niche. And a couple of the ones that the things that I can mention right now, a couple of the variables would include, do they know they have the problem?
Mm-hmm.
And are they in a place where they want to do something about it? Are they motivated to fix it? So really, that is kind of the underpinning of what I would consider to be an ideal client. Now, you can also have these other groups that you're working on, right?
Exactly.
Like maybe this is your passion, this subset of people who is extremely resistant to the idea of change because they're blaming it on their genetics, right?
Yeah.
So just from a business standpoint, I would just say, ideally, certainly you could continue to nurture that group, but it is going to be kind of like swimming upstream. So it could take a really long time before you're able to turn things around. Oh, interesting. Okay.
Yeah. I think also what's really important to understand, and maybe that's in the type of content you start to create, is the learning around your genetic problem and your eating habits are not mutually exclusive, meaning you could have a genetic condition and your eating habits could still help reduce pain, feel better. It's not going to say your genetic condition is going to disappear, and that's not the language we're using. Instead, we're going to do language like reduce pain, create or cultivate a community of people that understand you, like starting to shift maybe the offer a little bit to really help people meet them where they're at in terms of, okay, like we have this, it's a genetic condition, we know it exists, we're not going to get rid of it, but we're going to feel better. We're going to live our best life by food, by eating this certain way. And it's not going to get rid of it, but we're going to have a higher quality of life. We're going to feel better. We're going to be happier, whatever that looks like, whatever your, based on your psychodemographics of your person, what it looks like in terms of their pain point. So I think maybe it's a lot of learning. Like you got to teach.
Yeah, I love that. And I would just say the other thing is that within this demographic, there's a lot of variance, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, I think it would be probably unfair for us to kind of pigeonhole everybody in that same group, right? So, I think that, my recommendation would be to nurture those that feel like it's a genetic condition and, are kind of hanging their hat on that, right? You want to continue to educate. But in the meantime, I would really go after the subset of people within that niche that are like, okay, I do want to live my best life. I do want to do what I can to have lots of energy and, be able to do the things that I want to do in my life. Right. So that would be my recommendation, but such an interesting topic. Thank you for bringing that up. I really
Yeah,
appreciate
it's
it.
great, but you can't help people that don't want to be helped. So don't
Really can't.
hold that responsibility, right?
Oh,
Even though you know the benefits, even though you know it works and helps, if people don't want help, you can't help them. So
it's so
don't hold that responsibility and just keep sharing your truth and your beliefs, and it'll
that's
be
so
good.
good. Okay. Okay, but it's genetic. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, that can be really frustrating. I would just that's
Change that narrative for them.
yeah, change the narrative. And then I would just say that's probably not your ideal client,
Yeah,
right?
you're profitable. I love what you said, your profitable client. It could be
Exactly.
a passion project, but it's not your profitable client, and consider that.
Exactly. I love it. Oh my gosh, so helpful. So as we begin to wrap up today, what do you have for us? I think you had mentioned, Christina, that you have like a brand new, I think you said ebook for everybody.
Yes. Yeah. So I literally just put it out today, especially for you guys, because I knew it would be so helpful. So it is the top 2 copywriting frameworks in the marketing space for online entrepreneurs. Let me break that down just a little bit for you. So whether you're writing emails, landing pages, websites, content, like simply just a social media caption or a story, there's different frameworks you can use that really evoke emotion in consumers. And especially if you do the work we've talked about today and the market research to learn about those psychodemographics in tandem with the demographics, you can use that information in these copywriting strategies that are in the ebook to write really compelling and emotion evoking captions, emails, all of that good stuff. So it's completely free. The link is on the screen here. It is case sensitive. I learned that the hard way, so make sure you do your capitals. But I'd love for you guys to go ahead and grab that. And if you guys find it useful, let me know. If you have questions, connect with me over on IG. I'm always there and happy to answer any questions.
So good. I'm going to grab it myself, guys. So highly recommend. So it's a bit.ly link, copy with Christina. And again, that is case sensitive. So make sure you put the capitals in. Awesome. Sounds great. And then I do want to remind everybody to make sure you grab your seat. So we are going to have such an awesome week next week. I am going to teach you how to generate multiple streams of income within your business. And guys, let's just face it, just like a healthy diet, you are not relying on one food, right? A healthy plate equals a variety. Same for your business. So we want to have a variety of revenue streams. And, many of you are starting with one-on-one, which is great. Eventually, we want to build out those other levels. I'm going to teach you a concept called the profit pyramid, which is basically, it's a schematic where, I show you the different levels of revenue inside of a business, and you're going to walk away with your own profit pyramid filled out. Okay. So it's almost like a business plan. So I'm really excited to share all of that with you. Just make sure you save your spot, lesliebitel.com/MSI. And I will see you on Monday the 7th. That's when we kick things off. So really excited about that. All right. So this has been awesome. So awesome. Thank you, Christina. This was just incredible. I know that everyone got a ton of value. And yeah, so great. Thanks, Cynthia.
Thanks, Cynthia.
This has been so helpful. So guys, be sure to grab the ebook. Let me put her link on there one more time in case you missed it before. bit.ly/copy with Christina, and make sure you do the capital letters there because it is case sensitive. All right. So have a wonderful rest of your day, an awesome weekend, and we will see you same place, same time next week. Bye for now.